What's up guys, Dan here, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best way to get hundreds of reviews on your Amazon FBA product in 2019. Now, we all know that in 2018, right, ever since I personally started selling on Amazon, getting reviews has changed tremendously. And you always want to be on top of things, you always want to be on top of the latest information, and so my duty to you guys with my YouTube channel is to give you guys the absolute best tools, the absolute best information for you guys to make a lot of money online, for you guys to be able to live your dream lives through passive income through your Amazon FBA business. So in this video, I'm going to be setting up a JumpSend email sequence. JumpSend is the software that I've personally used since I started selling on Amazon, and I'm going to actually go into it and I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the best email sequence in order to get hundreds of reviews for your Amazon product. And by the way, this is the best way to get ongoing reviews on your Amazon FBA product, right? Ongoing is the most important thing, because if you have a product, right, let's say that you wanted to start an online business, you wanted to, quit the 9-to-5 job, and you want to actually make this your life. You want to actually, create an Amazon business and then from there expand it, right? Scale it up to 6 figures, 7 figures a year, right? Well, the most important thing for that is for your product to keep getting reviews. And the best way for your product to keep getting good, legitimate reviews, right? Reviews that are not going to get flagged by Amazon, is to use an email sequence. But the important thing is, don't use the email sequence that's just like, already in the software. You want to be using an email sequence that's been proven for other successful Amazon sellers like myself to get hundreds of reviews for products. And I've been using an email sequence of some kind since the very beginning. This is what I've come up with ever since the beginning. This is what, after continuous testing and after so many months and years of selling on Amazon, this is what I've come up with. And this is what's working the best for me. So I'm going to be sharing that with you guys in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to show you the very first email right here, which is email number 1, and that gets sent 1 day after delivery. How this works, guys, is we're going to go on JumpSend, right? And the link for this is right down below. There's a lot of different services out there. You guys can use whichever one you choose, but I've been personally using JumpSend since the very beginning because it's just, I don't know, it just works so well. I understand it, and all my students use it as well. So that's why I highly recommend using JumpSend. And so the link for it is right down below. But if you go here and if you click on pricing, you'll see that the only plan that we need, make sure to click on monthly billing, right? It's the starter plan, which is $29 a month, and you get a 3 product limit. So of course, if you actually get 5 successful products, 4 successful products, then you can just upgrade to the $59 a month plan. But they got a free trial as well, so you can just try it out. But this is something that you absolutely need for a serious Amazon business, because if you don't have an email sequence, guys, in internet business and internet marketing, that's like the most essential thing. You need to have an automatic email sequence, and the beauty in that is that you're not the one that's actually typing out all the emails going to your customers, right? So how it usually is, let's just say without this, is, a customer buys your product, and you would have to go and hand type every single email to each customer. Let's say you have 1,000 customers. Literally, you've just given yourself a 100-hour-a-week job just to type out all of these emails. And so, the reason why we're also sending emails to our customers is because we're actually kind of taking them through the sequence of, thank you for purchasing, we're a small family business, just to try to build some rapport with them. And then after that, we are actually going to be asking for the review in a very specific way that actually, entices them to leave a review, right? So we'll actually get to that later in this video. So excited about that, to share that with you guys. So right here, starter, $29 a month. And then if we go back to Ecom Freedom email sequence right here, and by the way, you can find this in the link down below. So you're going to need this. This is what you plug into JumpSend. So once you've signed up for JumpSend and you've downloaded the email sequence from down below, we are going to actually go in and create a new email sequence. So in JumpSend, you're going to want to click on campaigns, and first you're going to want to hook up your Amazon Seller Central account, which is super easy. You can just do that in your settings, and then once you've got that done, right here you're going to click on create new in the My Campaigns. Let's do that. And so right here it's going to say choose a template. We're going to click on custom, and here you're going to want to choose your product. So let's choose our product here, and we're going to click on next step. And then we get to this right here, which is build campaigns. So as you can see, it says a new trigger. And what a trigger is let's say your customer purchased your product from you. That's a trigger, right? When your customer, or when the product gets delivered to your customer, that's a trigger. That's like the delivered trigger, right? So it's just a trigger for an email to be sent out, right? And you see how powerful it is because we have a sequence that gets sent out. We've got the first email, which is 1 day after delivery. We've got another email, which is 3 days after delivery, and then another email, which is 5 days after delivery, right? So throughout a whole week, we're taking the customer through a journey, right? Through this like, one-on-one journey with the small business, with us, right? And that way they're so much more likely to actually leave a positive review, right? Most Amazon customers, they're not going to leave a review. They simply don't care. Once they have their product, they're just not going to leave a review. Typically, a review ratio without an email sequence could be like, 1 in 200 or 1 in 300 sales. So 1 review per 200, 300 sales. But with an email sequence such as this one, my results have personally been like I get 1 review per about 50 to 75 sales, right? So, you know, with every 50 to 75 units, get about 1 review, and sometimes even 3 or even 5, right? So that's how that works. Those are considered good numbers, right? So you're obviously not going to get a review from every customer, but it improves your odds of getting a review so much more, which will get you to the 10 and 100 reviews number so much quicker, which will obviously allow you to make so much more money on Amazon. So let's go back to JumpSend. We're gonna click on New Trigger, and here we click on Delivered right here. And so our first email, right, let's just go over the subject line. This is our subject line. So about your Amazon.com order, ... please read. So we want to make our subject lines, you know, enticing. Like we actually want to make our subject lines something that people want to read and want to open. So they want to open the email. And so in this case, I found that this subject line works the best because we're almost disguising ourselves as Amazon, right? So obviously if they open the email, they realize we're not Amazon. But, you know, this makes it seem like it's an email directly from Amazon. So they want to open it because it's about their order, right? And obviously this creates some urgency as well because it says please read in all capital letters, right? And as you can see here, it says by your first name. And the beautiful thing about JumpSend is that JumpSend will actually populate the by your first name here for you. So let's say some person named John buys your product. Well, it's going to say John, ! Right? And all you have to do for that is just to copy paste this thing, this whole message. And then right here, it's going to replace this with John or whatever your customer's name is. So let's just go over this email really quick. So, you know, John or by your first name. First, I just wanted to say thank you so much for buying our product name. Right here, you're going to want to type in, for example, let's say your product is a barbecue gloves. So, you know, our brand name, right? Premium barbecue gloves, for example, right? So you want to make sure to fill that out. And then you want to keep going right here. We just launched our product and we only have a few reviews, so it means the world to us as a small family-owned business to have you purchase our product. And guys, the reason why this is so important, I've actually found that, you know, on Amazon, people don't like to deal with corporations, right? Nobody likes to deal with huge corporations in the real world. That's why if you kind of show that you're a small family-owned business, which most of you are anyway, right? If you're like a 1-person, 2-person business, then, you know, that's the truth, right? So obviously, you know, it gets the customer kind of more connected to you and they totally understand like, hey, you know, one of the hardest parts of being a family-owned small business on Amazon is getting those first few sales because nobody's going to take the time to leave us a review for our product. So this is the one that you want to actually put in right as you launch your product. So when you don't have any reviews at all, this is the one you want to use. And then once you get 10 reviews, we don't have to use this version anymore. We can actually scroll down and use this one because then we already have 10 reviews. So, you know, we're not like thanking them for being one of the first people to try our product, right? The hard part about Amazon is actually getting sales when you don't have many reviews. So that's why having this in place will get your reviews so much quicker. And, you know, people are actually going to be so much more willing to leave a review for you if you actually thank them that, hey, you guys bought our product when, you know, you could have not bought our product. You could have bought a product from someone with 3,000 reviews. So let's go ahead and put this in the subject line here. All right. And then we go here, add step, and then we put an ASAP here, right? 0 days, and then add step email. So that just means that after 0 days, basically right when it gets delivered, it's going to send this message. So you want to hit Command A or Control A to select the whole thing here and delete, backspace. Subject line, you want to paste this in here, right? And remember guys, this is found in the link below. There's going to be a link there to get this email sequence. So you can just copy that, paste it up here. And then right here, you're going to want to take this whole thing, okay? And then put it into this message box right here. And you guys can customize the font size, the font family, right? I prefer to keep it this way. This is what works the best. You can even preview it and test it and like see what it will look like in your own email. But pretty much this is how it looks like, right? Just make sure that you put in your product name here. So barbecue gloves, right? Just put in like barbecue pro. Let's just say that that's our brand name, right? And then you want to like bold a couple things here. Just make it look nicer, right? Don't just use this. Don't be lazy, guys. Just like make it look nicer, right? So, you know, bold this, like we only have a few reviews, right? And then if you scroll down here, as you can see, it says, most people are simply too busy to stop even for 1 minute to support a family-owned American small business, right? So you can replace American with, you know, wherever you're from, obviously whichever marketplace you're selling in. So if you are from the UK, then put in the UK, right? People prefer to deal with someone local than, you know, someone overseas. But if you could be part of the 1% of people who do, we would be incredibly grateful and it would mean the world to us, right? So please respond yes to this email if you will help support our family-owned American company. and give us a chance to compete against the huge corporations selling on Amazon, right? And then we want to send them a personal thank you. So the fact that they answer yes, that actually gives us an opportunity to communicate with them, which is huge. That like greatly improves, not only the credibility of your Amazon business, but also just your customer satisfaction and your brand, just like your reputation of your brand on Amazon. So that's the first email. And right here at the bottom, this is funny. You want to put in a name here as if it's written from someone, from your company. You can put your own name here, but I recommend, for example, if it's like a beauty brand, put in, Susan or Jessica, because obviously for a beauty brand, right, and this is just statistics, for a beauty brand, it's primarily women who are going to be the major demographic, right? So that's why you want to, I would put in a woman, and I found that I have better success with that. So obviously if you're like a construction brand, tools and hardware, put in Bob or something, right? So that's up to you. Founder of company name, make sure you put in your company name. So Barbecue Pro, and then sent from my iPhone. This is actually a cool little trick here that, people are so used to nowadays, like sending emails from their iPhones, and they're so used to seeing that sent from my iPhone that when people see that, and I've actually had replies, like so many replies since starting to sell on Amazon like a long time ago, so many people, so many customers constantly send me, hey, like, I can't believe you hand wrote this, because they think that I hand wrote this on my iPhone, right? But in reality, JumpSend is just automatically sending this whole thing for us, and we can be out on the beach enjoying life, and our Amazon business is running automated, completely automated, right? That's the whole point of passive income. So anyway, that's what this will look like. Just make it look super nice. One of the hardest parts of being a family-owned small business on Amazon is getting those first few sales, right? So I would bold that, and then we would be incredibly grateful, right? So just make it look nice. Unfortunately, when you bold stuff in Google Drive and stuff, like, it doesn't actually transfer here. So you can just kind of, change the font here. And I prefer to use, I don't use this font. I prefer to use, is it Verdana? Yeah, this one. This one actually is much better. So there you go. And then we click Save. All right. And then it's going to activate the message. And then if we keep scrolling down here, we are going to add another step. And then, as you can see, if we go back to our email sequence here, right, you want to skip this one because this is only, like I said, you use this if you have more than 10 reviews on your product already. If you don't have more than 10 reviews, then don't use this one, because in this one, we actually say same subject line, but I just wanted to reach out to you and check if your product name, you replace that with your product, if it got there okay. Recently, we've been dealing with some delivery men throwing around our packages. They should be around. And I wanted to personally follow up to see if you got your order perfectly, right? So right here, instead of saying thank you for being one of the first to actually purchase our product, because we already have reviews, this way we're covering another possible angle where there could be an error, right? As you know, some packages get damaged when they actually get delivered to the customer. So that's why I actually include this in the email, because this way, if there's any issues, right, then obviously people understand that, hey, it's the delivery men, not us from, Barbecue Pro or whatever your company name is, right? Our small family-owned company works super hard every single day to make sure that our products get safely to those who matter most, our customers and their families and friends, right? And then you want to make sure that you replace company name, right? Just pay attention, okay? Don't leave like product name in your email sequence. It's going to look incredibly unprofessional, and that's going to damage you, more than help you, obviously. So just be attentive. Make sure that you're paying attention. Email number 2, this is the one we want. So 3 days after delivery, right? And the reason we do after delivery is because I used to do after being shipped, but after being delivered, like basically when Amazon gets the signal that, hey, it's been delivered, then it's always accurate, right? But all the other triggers, they're kind of like, it's not Amazon, it can be FedEx or UPS, when it's shipped, right? So that's why it's inaccurate. I prefer to just, send the email sequence after it's been delivered. That way we know for sure they've had the product, they've had a chance to try it, and we can now send them the emails. So add step 3 days later. All right, there you go. And then add step email. Same thing, Command A, delete this whole thing. And then you want to copy paste this subject line. Buyer first name, special surprise for you, just for you inside. So, obviously we're telling them there's a surprise for them, and it's going to greatly increase the open rate of this email. So if you can get as many people as possible to open these emails, then obviously you're going to have the highest chance of getting good reviews, and as many reviews as you can from your customers, right? So there you go, copy paste this. Hey, buyer first name. Firstly, I wanted to start by saying thank you for hanging in there with us while we've been fixing the shipping issues we've been dealing with. I wanted to personally write you this email to reach out and offer you a 20% off coupon just for you, which you can redeem for any of our products in our store. And that's because you're absolutely amazing, smiley face. By purchasing our product, you're supporting a blah, 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 family-owned business. So pretty much all they have to do is reply to this, and they'll get a 20% off coupon. And basically how you make this coupon, it's super easy. In your Seller Central account, you can actually go and generate an individual coupon that will only work once, right? And you can actually just send them that, just send them the code and your product link, right? And then they'll be able to purchase it. And obviously when you get replies to this email sequence, you're gonna get it, you're gonna see it on your phone, right? People writing you messages. So you're gonna be able to like actually, reply by hand and not like an automated reply. And then down here, we're asking them for a review. We would be so incredibly grateful if you took 1 minute to leave us an honest review. And right here, it says product review link button. So this actually includes a button automatically that is going to send them to your product to leave a 5-star review, right? So unless they change it to 1 star, it's not going to, actually going to leave a 5-star. So again, you want to make this look nice. You want to make sure that you replace, like, for example, this font I think is too ugly here. So we'll replace it with Verdana. First off, I want to start by saying thank you. There you go. 20% off coupon. You want to bold the important parts, right? Underline. That's because you're absolutely amazing. There you go. And then right here, I would bold. And you can actually just follow what I've done here, right? It's already bolded here, so you can just kind of copy my layout here. And so down here, you want to make sure that right here, you emphasize the 1 minute. We would be so incredibly grateful if you took 1 minute to leave us an honest review. Obviously, people don't have time nowadays, so if you just tell them like, hey, it's gonna take 1 minute to leave a review, it's gonna help us so much. We're gonna be so grateful, right? They're gonna leave a review. All right. So right here, company name, replace that with your company, and then you're gonna wanna save it. And by the way, as well here, it's going to actually put in your customer's name. So that's another awesome part about this. And then add step. Again, days, 2 days now. And now for the next email, we go down, and this one's 5 days after delivery, so this one's in 2 days. After that, there you go, and then add step, email. Okay, again, we delete all this. And then we put in Amazon.com, please respond. That is the subject line, right? So that looks even more like it's from Amazon, directly from Amazon. So obviously they are going to be more willing to actually open your email. And again, remember, if we can get, the more people we can get to open these emails, the more reviews we're gonna get, right? And so that's gonna help our Amazon business a lot. So right here, let's change the font, Verdana. And then if we look at the bold parts right here, like don't believe us every time someone just like you leaves us an honest review, right? And let me just go into this one a little bit. This one's kind of original here and funny. So if we look at this one, by now you've had a chance to try out your product name. So put in your product name. So barbecue gloves. I just wanted to quickly check in and personally make sure everything went absolutely perfect with your purchase. We're giving them, again, a chance to tell us if there's anything wrong before, because if we can catch them before they go on our product page and leave us a 1-star review, we've won the battle, right? If we can catch them, all of the negative reviews before in our email sequence, so not only do we get good reviews with this, we also catch any possible 1-star reviews, that we can prevent. And for $29 a month, guys, like that is incredibly worth it. That is such a small expense, right? 1 review is going to make you more money than that $29 that you pay in a month. It's going to make you more money, in a week. 1 review from this, right? So if you can get 1 review, you've paid your expense. So there you go. That's how I see it. If you are happy, you're wondering if you could take 1 minute to leave us an honest review. And then right here, I kind of made this little joke part up right here, but it works really well. It might sound a little corny, but I don't know, it just works really well. And I get the craziest replies on this one. So if you're happy, we were wondering if you could take 1 minute to leave us an honest review. Amazon customers rely heavily on reviews, yet so few Amazon customers ever take the time to write them. If you do have the time, it'd mean the absolute world to us. Don't believe us? Every time someone just like you leaves us an honest review, a little buzzer goes off in our office. Our entire team hears it and smiles. Our junior intern, Tim, will grow just a little bit taller. Our delivery guy, Steve, will go out and give the first old lady he sees a giant hug, and we'll even go and try to kiss her sometimes. And our warehouse guy will do a push-up. Don't know, for some reason, he does a push-up every time the buzzer goes off. Product review link button. So go ahead and leave us a review. Thank you sincerely from Susan, or whatever name you've decided. If you guys have been like OG Dan Vas subscribers, you guys know I've always used Susan for, at least for one of my brands. It's pretty funny. Thanks again for spreading the love with company name, and then sent from my iPhone. So there you go. And this works incredibly well. You're going to get the craziest replies, and you're going to get so many more reviews because of this, because it's so different than all the other email sequences. All the other email sequences out there, they're just kind of, saying, hey, please leave us a review, blah, 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 right? And like, no one cares, right? No one cares about your product. They just care about what you can give them. But if you can, provide them some entertainment, there you go. You want a review. So there you go. You want to save it. make sure you put in your company name, all of this stuff. Make sure you pay attention. You don't just kind of blindly put this up there, right? But that's common sense. And once that's done, publish, right? Just hit publish. Do you want to publish the campaign? Make sure that you actually select your product in there. Actually, I accidentally didn't select it, but that's it. Once you publish it, this is going to go live. And one important thing that I should remind you guys is that you are going to get emails saying that your messages were unable to be delivered to a particular person or particular customer. That's because not everybody knows this, but if you're a customer on Amazon, you can actually go and opt out of third-party emails. And so I would say about 20 to 30% of customers have found out about this and have done this, but most customers on Amazon, they don't know that you can do that, and honestly, they don't even care. Most people don't care, right? And the whole world uses Amazon. So as you guys can see, this is not only an amazing way to establish an amazing relationship with your customers, but to also get as many positive reviews as possible in 2019 for your product. This is the best way, especially with things like all these other, previous review methods not working anymore, right? And also, very important, right? And a lot of people forget about this. This allows you to actually catch negative reviews before they actually get posted on your product, because, you're able to fix a situation with your customer before they actually go and get mad and leave the bad review. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, the free email sequence that is right here, you can find that in the link down below. It's totally free. Just click on the link down below, you'll see it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are interested in Amazon FBA and how to make money online business, and not only that, but fulfilling your truest potential in life, living an absolutely epic life. I'm still in Hawaii here. As you can see, there's like a paddle up there. I'm in the Airbnb. I'm about to go surfing. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out. Follow me on Instagram, social media. Leave the video a like if you guys found some value, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. All right, peace out.